Alrighty, folks. Hope y'all are doing well. Let me make sure this is on. Let's see here. I saw some messages pop up there, but they're disappearing off the dashboard. That's not the way it's supposed to work. But let's see if we can get things working. Checking to see if the audio is working. Yep, audio is working. Let me back up here and say hello to everybody. Mr. 80 says this again. Absolutely, Mr. 80. Marco, thank you for being here. Okay. Mo Patty, thank you for being here. Tegan Niles, hey man, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Neil McKenzie, Jen Blaze, thank you for being here. All right, looks like we got a few folks here, and the audio seems to be working. There's Kelly. Says good evening, peeps. Jen Blaze is saying hello to Tegan. And let's see if this continues working. All right, it's disappearing the messages off my dashboard now, which is not the way that it was supposed to do. But hey, we're making progress here. Maybe that'll make me keep up with the chat a little bit better. But then I'm gonna have to figure out why it's doing that. So it's all good though. I appreciate y'all being here. We're just gonna try and see if Thursday's a little bit better. Oh, maybe my audio is not working correctly. Y'all let me know. There's Blue Minotti. Thanks for being here, Blue. All right, I'm going to try something here. I'm going to start that back up because here we go. It is working, but I'm not wanting it to disappear like that. There's Blue saying hello to Mo Patty. All right, we're going to watch that and see if that disappears from the dashboard. Audio is fine, okay. Hey, Fred the Lug. All right, so I've got some things working correctly. There's still a work in progress. But I think I have a button check that is making the things disappear off my dashboard, and I want it to stay there because I want to be able to see what you guys are saying and then highlight it and go from there. But I'm pretty sure what it is I think that's what's going to do it. I think I had a checkbox or a radio box clicked that's gonna cause that, and I'm gonna do this so that I can see. Okay, there we go. All right, you guys, hope y'all are doing well. Don't forget about there's Ryan Crow asking if I need help with gadgets again. And absolutely, that's why it's named what it is. That didn't fix the problem there. But maybe, just maybe, that will. All right. Don't forget about the Discord if something's changed since your Tuesday carry. That was only 2 days ago. But if anything's changed since then, y'all drop it in there. All right, let's see if that makes it stay in my dashboard. I got Ron Crow up there on the screen. It disappeared off my dashboard. Now let's see if then it disappeared off the off that as well. I've got one more thing I can check here, but I don't think that's doing it. Visibility, nope. Styling, nope. Global settings. Okay. The only thing that I can think of is I did set something in the URL. And there's Marco linking the Discord pocket check. So y'all check that out. And in fact, I can pin that to the top. I'll pin that to the top there, or it should have. And you guys can drop that in when you get a chance. All right, I'm going to edit something here with the Chat Ninja. And see if that helps. Jen Blaze is getting over being sleep deprived, so that's a good thing. All right, let's do this one more time. You guys, after Tuesday night, I actually got back on for a test run. There's Robert Willoughby. Hey, Robert. Thanks for being here, man. I got back on for a test run and stayed on longer than I did for the actual live on Tuesday night. That didn't fix it. Couple gadgets can tell Petty that me and Milton live close by. They actually live within minutes of each other. But I thought she already knew that. He's close enough where he can ride a skateboard over to Milton's house. Milton actually saw his house before Eddie did, so. Hey, Kelly's got her audio working great again. Updates are crazy, aren't they? All right, so that's working somewhat as expected, but the items are disappearing off the dock, and I don't want that to happen. So evidently I have set something or clicked something where everything's disappearing off the dashboard. And that was probably from the other night, but I don't remember it disappearing. Mr. Eddie says, what's the second knife from the left? You know what the second knife from the left is, mister? That is the Artie Blade Spectre. You're talking about this one here, right? Yeah. You've actually held that knife, so I'm pretty sure you know exactly what that is. I shipped that to you. That is not yours. Absolutely is not yours. That's one that has to stay with me. That was a gift, so from a good friend, and he probably would say he wasn't disappointed that I had moved it on, but I think deep down he would be very, because it was given to me with a stipulation that I carry and use it, and I do. I actually sharpened it. Can't see. It did sharpen that once. Yes, you can carry it. You sent it back pretty quickly, though. All right. Hey, Paul Mills. Thank you for being here. Mr. Ace doesn't like keeping people's stuff. Unless it's TKE's just to aggravate him, right? All right, let me see if I can figure out what's going on over here. Robert Willoughby, I think I said hello to you. All right, and also somebody check on the phone, or somebody that may have it up on the phone. Is it showing up? Apparently, there's a way to dual broadcast a stream now with long form and um, like the shorts, how those appear. And I'm using my phone to stream actually, so I can't check it on my phone. So one of you guys that's on a phone, check it out and let me know. I just got an email and it may not be turned on for me yet. I didn't see quite the um, I didn't see quite the items that I thought I was supposed to see. Projectiles are sharp. Hey man, hope you're doing well. Okay. It, I'm not sure exactly how it's supposed to work either, but I did get an email from YouTube today saying that they're rolling out something where if you're on mobile, it appears um, to fill the screen like a vertical live, or if you're on a computer or TV, it shows it like this. Um, so I got to look into that because I think that's going to help out a good bit. There's folks that like to watch um, verticals and won't watch it if it's just a horizontal. So just something else to figure out. Robert Willoughby said DVD does that. That's very possible that they said they were rolling it out to folks as it goes. Illuminated Mars, multiple aspect ratio streams. And since I stream with OBS, it may not work with OBS yet. So we shall see. Mr. Eddie says, help with gadgets. Want to buy a Spyderco smock and crew wear. That sounds interesting. I got about, I might could do $50. How's that sound? Robert says he's running it at the same time. Okay. Um, is he running two separate streams or is it all through the? I think I got my answer there for what I asked Mr. Eddie. Pretty sure that it wasn't. He didn't like that one, but such is life. Mr. Eddie says 130 shipped for you. We'll talk, Mr. Eddie. We'll see. So he has two separate streams going. Yeah, that would be pretty good. So somehow my dashboard's disappearing, but whatever I have on the screen is not. Thus, I cannot click on it and make it go away there. So interesting, interesting, interesting. Let's but I can do that. It's not exactly. Paul Mill says, how's the ABW auto? I've been carrying it a lot. Um, I like it. Metal Relic Art, how you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. Mr. Eddie said, "Oh, a Hoback Sumo." I saw that. That Hoback's a little bit steep for me there, sir. Uh, although that is a very cool knife. Me too, Paul. Love the blade shape. Love the milling on the um, like that caught it pretty good right there. Love the milling on the blade. Um, and am getting used to the auto part. There is Metal Relic Art. Welcome to the Everyday Crew. Appreciate that, man. If I had the sounds working, I would blow the trumpets or snare drums or something. But we're still trying to get the um, just the basics working now. Yeah, Paul. That milling is pretty cool, and I like the way, if it'll focus now. Look down here at the edge of the grind. Let's see if we can get it to focus and be at the right angle. It's pretty cool. Maybe this way a little bit better. Come on, focus. There you go. I just thought that was pretty cool. Um, like it a whole lot. And I wasn't sure I would, but it's grown on me big time. Projectiles are sharp says that Asher top liner lock. Yeah, and that one's lately my carry has been this one, and let's see what else. Actually, this was in pocket today as well. The Jason Clark. Um, that one's sometimes that one's in a pouch in my pocket. And what else have I been carrying? Oh, I've been carrying the Vastid Croc some, and the I've also been carrying the um, Amamba a good bit as well, or some as well. I won't say a good bit, some. Yeah, let's see. Do I have? I don't have my knife case in here with me, but that's kind of Michael's thing with American Blade Works. Even the Model 1 and the Model 2s, both of those had the milling lines on the blade. And I don't know why, but that really does it for me. I like that a whole lot. Mechanics, let's okay, that turned back on. And so let's see if we can have that not act up like that. Let me close that out and open back up here at this. And also, Mr. A says, who wants to buy a PM2 Tonto 375 ship? What blade steel is that, Mr. Eddie? Paul Mills is interested. S30V. Okay, now I have it's not disappearing from the screen now. Okay, I figured that one out. Maybe. Mr. Eddie says S30V with AWT scales and the original scales. Paul Mills was interested until the S30V, I think. Maybe. He might have been interested for a brief time. Oh, with scales. Okay. He's interested again now. Maybe. Possibly. But back to the Asher. This one surprised me. I like I like this one a lot. Um, and I'm not normally a fan of thumb studs, but and you can reverse flick this one, or you can reverse flick off of the thumb studs as well. But for the most part, I find myself just using the thumb stud and using my thumb on the thumb stud like you're supposed to. And yeah, that was that was a surprise. I've been carrying this flashlight a lot too. My wife got it for me and actually had it engraved with my logo there. Paul says can't type or spell. I have that problem too sometimes, Paul. But this flashlight's pretty cool. And then I usually have this flashlight. Actually, a lot of the items here, besides I carry this one some. I don't carry that one very much, and I do carry that one some. This stuff, besides what I've got covered with my hand, is usually what I have in my pocket. Um, my wallet, earbuds, two flashlights, three knives is usually the carry, plus a spare mag, a hank, and other items. Mr. Eddie says, old people need light. This absolutely. And I live out here in the dark. And so I'm gonna have some flashlights. In fact, let's y'all will have fun with this. Pull a couple of knives off the screen here. Uh, put this in a sheath before I cut myself. Slide some of this other stuff off of here. Mr. Eddie, one day you might be old too. Just maybe. This was the this was the first arc fill that I got. This one has the this one has the laser and just the light. Um, so that was the first what they call yeah arc fill. Let's see, just just arc filled was the name of that one. Okay, so then I thought I lost it, and I liked it so much I got the arc filled UV. Now this one included um, this one included a UV light. I don't know if you might may can see that a little bit, but that's all you got was just that. Um, but and then it did the regular light as well with a and I've got a Kelly's mini monkey fist on that one. So got that one. Well, let's see what else I got. I've got a few more O lights that have been carried. This one's the I5T. There's another little keychain light that I carried on my keys for a while. There's a Nightcore TUP, which is pretty cool. I thought at the time this was pretty neat. Has a LED screen on here that tells you what level it is and how long it'll last on that level. So that was pretty cool. I've also had this this Phoenix. This is the UC35. Petty says Dawson machine craft all the way for flashlights. This one is a 4.7's mini turbo. Pretty bright little flashlight there. Talzer Sharp says the Barton 4 is my EDC lights, taking a major beating, dented, still works like a champ. And I like this. I like the Warrior. I haven't had the Baton. I've also got a Odin on one of my uh, fuse. This is a um, Land Apple, which is pretty cool. Full titanium. There's also a pineapple here. Scoot that over and that over. There's a pineapple, which is a AAA, and it's actually pretty cool. And then I also have a 4.7's Quark Mini AA. And oh, there's another light right here. It's another little O light that when you pull it off its little uh, base thing, let me get rid of that. When you get rid of it, when you take it off its little base thing, it comes on. So, oh, wait a minute. There's another one up here. I actually have this one beside the door on a little mount. That's the magnetized there. This is the Seeker 2. And as you can see, a lot of these lights show some character. In other words, I carried them for a good bit. Ryan said, I thought this was a knife show. Absolutely not. It's help with gadgets. And knives classify as gadgets. And flashlights definitely classify as gadgets. Hey, Mind of Milton, how are you, sir? Good to see y'all. I've got stuff working that wasn't working. Mr. Eddie says, never growing up or getting old. We knew you weren't grown up. The getting old part's inevitable, sir, as long as you're still alive on this earth. Mo Petty says, Milton is in the house. And I think Milton meant I'm doing fantastic thanks to Mr. Eddie and Trish, I think. Yeah, there. Yep. I translated there, Milton. Mr. Eddie says, Milton, come over and get the CRK. You can ride your skateboard over there right quick. I'm here for you, Milton. Don't worry, man. I translated and just kept on going. There you go. Drop it in the Discord and we'll take a look here in a few minutes. So, this is the flashlights. Wait a minute. There's another one right here. This is actually a what is it? A microstream, Streamlight microstream. You can't see that one, can you? There's that one. Let's see. I think that's the ones that I have within reach that are what I would consider decent flashlights. Ones that I'd actually carry. I have some cheap ones around as well, but Milton says it's too cold for that, and Mo Patty says your Arizona boys are wimps. What is it, 56 there? Is it really 30, Mr. Eddie? Don't make me pull up a map and zoom in. In fact, I'm gonna do that. Watch this. We'll check and see what the temperature is. Let's see here. We will do a video capture. Nope, we're not gonna do that. Watch it mess up. I knew it would mess up. I picked the wrong thing. All right, let's. Well, okay, let's see if we got it working now. Resume video. Okay. Now I think we have it working. There we go. All right.
Ready when you are. What's next?
Well, I didn't tell you to do anything, so go away. All right. Window capture. Let's try that. Let's look at windy. This is the this is the program that I like to use for weather radar, and you can also see temperature. So let's go over here and look at temperature, and let's zoom into. Let's see where they're at. Where they be? Arizona. Let's see. Sierra Vista. Oh, it's a little bit chilly there, Mo Patty. A little bit chilly. 43-ish. So I guess we can give him a little bit of a break there. All right. Jim Blaze has turned away for a second to help the kiddos, and all the knives have turned to lights. It's just different gadgets, Jim Blaze. My Patty's to get him, Tommy. He was right, 43-ish. And in fact, it's 55 here, so it's a little bit warmer here. Hey, Mick Ranger. Mick doesn't have a wrench. Well, why not? He does now. Mind of Milton says you have a lot of flashlights. I have way too many flashlights. And I'm usually carrying Two of them, unless I'm carrying one that's on a. I've got two that are on pews. One of them on a EDC pew. Um, and of course, I have my wife outfitted with flashlights as well. Oh, there's one on my truck. There's one on my truck keys as well. But my son-in-law got me that one. It's a cool little thing that we had. Actually had it on live one time. Mr. A said it snowed here last night. What? You got snow? That's cool, actually. Lo Patty says, oh, only special people have wrenches. Lo Patty doesn't have a wrench. Well then. Well then. Let's see, who else we got here? Mick doesn't have a wrench? Oh, Mick does have a wrench. Nope. It moved on me. How? No? Okay. I'm not seeing a wrench on Mick, but it's showing me that he does have a moderator. That's weird. There's Robin Dallum. Ryan Muth says, I could not get away with just a t-shirt today. And Mo Patty says 63 here. Awesome. Mr. A says had jeans and a light jacket. There you go. So Milton, okay, you're in Arizona as well, right, Neil? You in Tucson, if I'm not mistaken. I think I think uh, I think Milton drives up there a good bit. And Robin Down says hello. Y'all got snow. And Mo Patty says crazy how flashlights accumulate. It's like yes, that's a good way to accumulate. That's a good word for it. They accumulate. As you should now. But I'm about 2 minutes behind on the chat here. That'd be cool, y'all. I know there's a few of you up in the Tucson and Phoenix area, so that would be pretty fun. Well, Mo Patty got her wrench there, so she's good to go. It used to be a whole lot more difficult when I was doing a live of having this all set up. So today it's going halfway decent, right, Ryan Crow? Right, Ryan Crow? Monday Milton said I think that was from the driving up to Tucson about twice a week. Hey, Brown Sugar, thank you for being here, ma'am. Robin Dallin says last 2 days have finally felt like winter in Seattle. And I think it's supposed to be cold. They're calling for possible snow next week down here. But right now, it was close to 70 the last 2 days. Well, I think it was in the 60s. It was close to 70 yesterday, and I think it was a little cooler today, but it's down to 55 right now at 10 o'clock at night. So it's not super cold yet. But Betty says I have so many. Talking about flashlights, not as many as Niles, but yeah, right? All right, I think I'm caught up on the chat here. Let me see if I can pull up nope, don't switch. And disable that. Let's pull this across and see what we get. See if we think anybody's actually posted anything in the live pocket check, and I do have a few items there. Except it's spinning now. Don't you crash on me. I was just bragging on the computer and on the everything working correctly tonight, and I've heard the fans start up on the computer, and I'm getting spinning on Discord. So we're gonna let that chill out for a second. All right, do we have everything? That looks pretty good. We've got a few items posted there, so we'll try to get this up and running. In fact, I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna close it out and see if I can bring Discord back up again and it actually act right. Well, it didn't do right that time. I think I have to close out of Discord completely. Where's that Discord button in the... Whoa. That's a little excessive. There we go. Quit Discord. Now we can start Discord again. So, you guys, are we running into any other lives that you guys normally would be watching in this time frame? Is this a better time than the Tuesday nights? Because Tuesday nights are just a tad crowded. Is the reason I decided to do a test one tonight, just to uh, see if it might work a little bit better. What do you guys think? Robin says I came up from KDK. Yeah, I think he starts a little bit earlier, and I think somebody else is starting soonish, but I don't know that's true. Okay. It it may be there still may be some other folks, but it may not be that it's as crowded as Tuesday nights. So Knife Junkie's on. Neil McKenzie says I'm down from 4 lives at once to 2. Mo Patty says, or let's see, Jim Blaze says it's more of a mellow time for sure. Yeah, I may have to switch over and see how it works. Mo Patty says I'm usually not up, so yeah, you are up a little past your normal bedtime, aren't you? There. Vic said, yeah, this is a good time. I may have to just move everything over. All right, so Discord is not wanting to act right tonight. Oh, wait a minute. It was spinning and decided to disappear. Knife Junkie and Lefty. Okay. What time's Lefty run? I may just see if it works better. I don't get a huge amount of traffic anyways. Um, okay, Lefty just started. Okay. So there's a time frame in here. I'm making start a little bit earlier, maybe around 9 Eastern, and run till 10 or 10:30 or something like that. That may put it at a little bit better time. Tuesday just seems so jam packed that it's not funny. Robin, you take some good pictures, man. All right, we're gonna stop Discord again, and we're going to. I'm just gonna close that, close that, close that. That never came on. So I may have to figure out how to feed the live stream in. Okay, but we're going to turn that off as well. I don't think. Let's turn that off as well. All right, let's try opening Discord. I was wanting to show you guys what was on Discord, and if that doesn't work, I can always bring it up in a browser. I think. But it sounds like that Discord is trying awful hard to get started, and it's not. Mr. Eddie, don't you say that about every time somebody says something about San Diego? Yes, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. All right, so Discord is not wanting to work for some odd reason, but we can try something else. I should be able to log in. Oh, I'm gonna have to pull up another browser here. Y'all bear with me a second. Listen to the melodious sounds of a mechanical keyboard is what I was actually going to say. You guys is Discord, are you having problems with Discord? Because I'm trying to bring it up on a browser and it's not coming up either. Robin says Discord's fine. Okay. Oh, let's check something. Okay, Discord is it's having some problems according to Down Detector. So it may be just maybe just is this just spinning instead of when I try to log in? It's not even giving me a login screen. And then on the Discord app itself, it spins and just gives me a black screen. So listen here, Miss Patty, Miss Mo Patty. With computers, no way. Glad he was never, but I am, sir. And oh, and guess what there, Eduardo? Guess what? What do we have here? Let's take a look at a couple of things up on Discord. On Discord. Let us see here. Mr. A says, guess who is having Chinese food today? Actually, my wife stopped and got General Tso's on the way home. So I've had it for dinner tonight and plan on having it for lunch tomorrow. So I was a happy camper. Robin Down said, for reference, the middle knife on mine is two inches long. Okay, so this is the one here. That's a little short dude there in the middle, but a very cool short little knife. You can tell there with the keychain, and then a couple of customs, it would appear, and I have no idea. Robin will have to tell us um, what those are, and then a Junkin' Genius Hank. Blipnotty says, late night Mopetti is feisty. Let's see. What is Mr. Eddie talking about? IT team and problems with IT. Well, I don't do the client team stuff so much anymore, and this is a brand new computer setup, so it's bound to have a few issues. But I think that whatever server I was connecting to for Discord was just not playing nice for a moment there. But it's working now. Eduardo, behave yourself. I see that comment before I even get down to it. Robin says J.R. Mini Quaken, Berg Bottle Butcher, and Nicholas Nichols Mini Cleaver. Very nice, Robin. There you go, Mr. Eddie. You need to get this Berg. Operator error or network error could be, sir. Right, Milton? Those are just cool. Well, the bottom one's cool too, as well as the top. They're all cool. Robin has some cool knives. All right, let's see what else we got. There's Ryan Crow. Ryan has got a Fentiso here on the left. QSP Penguin with that new lock that I haven't checked out. And whoops, that looks like a Fentiso as well, maybe? I think. And I'm not sure what this second one is, if he's still hanging around. Australia says, of course you do. I have that bird. Milton has seen it. And there's Mo Patty trying to sell a Nicholas Nichols guppy. Ha ha. Hey, Roger Baker. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. Ron must be ignoring us again, so anybody know what this second one is? I do not. Okay. Sharif's Kaimano. I can't, for some reason, I have a hard time pronouncing Sharif's last name. Manganas, maybe. Um, thank you, Robin. All right, Mech has posted a blurry picture of a blurry hand and a blurry knife. You got to do better. You got to do better, Mr. Eddie. It's a very cool blade shape. What is it? No, he says. No. No. Jim Blaze says, "Oh no, the blur." It's a blurry blur. What knife is that, Eduardo? And who's watching the Miami and Ole Miss game? I do have it up on the screen over here. Haven't been watching it a whole lot. Um, it's a close game though. Okay, he's gonna post a better one, and when you do, let me know what the knife is because I don't know. And did I miss anything there? That's the Fred's Vulcan. And then Robin posted, looks like a flashlight, but it looks like a very custom flashlight. Give us some details on that said flashlight there, Robin. And I think that flashlight picture may have been just clearing up a little bit. Robin says, "I forget the model. 1 second." That's the I was forgetting who I was forgetting the maker on these, and I still it's well, I've got a computer right here. I could actually look it up. Um, it's Raylight, and I just could not remember what it was. But these two are Raylights, which are pretty stinking cool. But Olight, they've come on the scene in the last few years and have done, in my opinion, a pretty good job with their products. This is a handy shape to have. A lot of stuff on one flashlight. I like the form factor, hence the having three of them. And here I am pointing to stuff that uh, you guys can't see because I've still got Discord up. That's pretty cool flashlight though, Robin. And no worries, we'll look at it in just a second. Mech has a better picture up here. Slightly less blurry. Very cool blade. Damascus. And let's see, got another picture there. Mostly not as blurry. But he still hasn't told us what it is. Robin, you need to give Mech some picture taking lessons there. Yes. Ugh. Well, hmm. Hmm. I don't know, Mr. Eddie. What is it? Or somebody else guess. Yeah, I would have never guessed that because I have no clue. That was not a that's not one that I Swain Poyle? Did you say the right name there, Mr. Eddie? Pieter Swain Poyle. Yeah, based in South Africa. I don't think I was following him, and I will have to do that. Illuminati, have a good one, sir. Appreciate you stopping by. Trying to go off road with a Mustang this morning. Yeah, get you some sleep there, Blue. Yeah, I had found that one, but I'm definitely gonna have to check that one out. That's nice, Mr. Eddie. Jim Blaze says asking me to guess is like asking a caveman to bake a cake. I and I know I can guess some nows, but Mr. Eddie has a very nice collection and um, a lot of nows that I haven't seen before. So it's always fun to be able to look at new ones. But I'll definitely have to check him out from just looking at his. Well, you know what? Let's see here. Can we pull up another screen? It's gonna show. Let's see. Copy link. Let's see if it pulls it up. Nope, nope, nope. Let's do it this way. All right. We'll go look at his Instagram. I should be able to change over to Instagram and say okay and hit that transition button and get it over there. Well, Petty says he definitely came up with some I've never heard of. Absolutely. And has my okay. Robin says that the flashlight is a lumen top FW21 Pro in copper with a battle scar mod done by some guy named Then. I got the light secondhand with the mods already done. Yeah, that's those are pretty cool lights. I'm gonna hit the follow on this dude because that's some pretty cool blade shapes there. It's an interesting fixie. He has an interesting logo there. I like that blade shape. I was trying to think who that. The pocket clip reminds me of the Arno Bernard a little bit. Very cool. That one's pretty neat too. Nice blue. I like his I like the designs in his scales there. It's like an oil slick titanium. Nice. Oh, that's pretty sick. All right, very cool. I like that. I like that. Let's switch back off of the. There we go. Mick Ranger says, I dig it. Pretty unique light. Absolutely. Hey, Henry G. Thanks for being here, man. All right. So I got to remember to send a message over and switch nights to Thursday nights. And I may try to run it a little bit earlier. May try to start at 9. I think I can do that. I might be a little late some nights, but that'll be fine. That'll just give Eduardo a reason to give me grief. My flashlights are not lined up very good here. But everything works a little bit better tonight than it did. It works both lives this week. Well, 3 lives this week worked better than the previous Tuesday night. That was not good, and you guys hung out for a long time. So with the video just not doing well at all. But anyhow, um, Robin says Vin Nugan at Sky Lumen did the mod. Just dug some more. Ah, it does have a history, doesn't it? And I just got a work email. Hang on, guys. I need to check and see if make sure I don't have a issue I need to look at. Mm, Bear with me a second, guys. I need to make sure that everything's good. Okay. He's actually my boss, but nothing that I needed to take care of right now. Huh. So I'm gonna go grandpa mode for a few minutes here on you guys. So got my wife came home last night. She on Wednesday night she gives him a ride from her mom's, which is my grandson's great grandmother. Uh, she picks him up on Wednesdays and they eat supper, and then my wife takes him to his house on the way to our house. And she brought this card to me last night. Apparently, he had been adamant about getting this card to me since Monday. And so I open it up, and it says, Happy birthday to you. Um, there was another piece in here that I needed to get. Um, so it says, Happy birthday to you. Now, keep in mind, my birthday's in um, September, so it's nowhere close to my birthday. But he had decorated it and written a few things on there. And somehow I got this card that says, Proud supporter of Americans veterans. And It's got a calendar on the back of it. So, and then on the back, he had written PA. So I thought that was so cool. And the octopus on the envelope, they're doing O's this week, so he actually pasted that onto the envelope. Just thought that's the coolest thing. So had to wax grandpa on y'all for just a minute. All right, let's see. Hey, dog one. Thanks for being here. Mr. Eddie said has to go, that it's poop time. Supposed to do that in the morning, Mr. Eddie. Let's see. Roger Baker. Absolutely, dog one. It's yeah, yeah. And Mr. Eddie's talking about vets and being one himself. Oh my goodness. Mo Patty's saying good riddance to Mr. Eddie. Actually, that's not what she said at all. She said night, Mr. Eddie. Yeah, I thought so too. That was I had to take pictures and send them to my daughter because I thought he had done it while he was over at his great grandmother's, but apparently he's been working on it for a few days now. So yeah, I have a ton of cards up here on the mantle behind me from over the years. One says, "Night, hiya, Eddie Vet." Mr. Eddie's actually a Purple Heart veteran. Yep. Some of them can be good memories for sure. Some of them, maybe not so much. But it's cool to have those and to be able to look back on them. All right, I need to get flashlights over here because people keep looking in, probably like, why has he got so many flashlights? Those two actually go in pocket. That one goes on the door over there. Um, I actually have a lot of these on a. It's actually on a NAF's. It's on a NAF's knife stand that you can clip knives to. But I decided I didn't like that so much. But I can um, use it for a flashlight stand. Whoops, turn that one on. And let's see if we can get a couple more. That one was elsewhere in, oops, sorry y'all. And that one was actually, that small one was actually goes in my hunting bag for a spare emergency light and a couple of extra double A's if I need them for some reason. But I brought this in here to check that and possibly change the battery. But there's my uh, there's my knife stand converted into a flashlight stand. All right, let's get some knives back up so we don't close out the live with flashlights only up there. Let's put that Ozark Trail back up there. And I guess I need to bring out my knives that I had already put in pocket too. Oh, and I guess I could have brought that out as well. I carry that on the regular. And what the, oh, all right. So Jen Blaze, I have the flashlights have turned back into knives now. Yeah, Roger, I got I got a I got a card, probably the first card my wife ever, but well, that was back before we were even dating. Um, that she gave to me that I need to find out. This dog one says I like seeing flashlights that are used to seeing right out of the box. Yep, I have a lot of those flashlights were they had a lot of character marks on them. Absolutely. Um, and even some of the knives. This is not an inexpensive knife, and I don't know if you guys are able to see this or not. Let me get rid of that right there. This is not an inexpensive knife, but look at the snail trails. I did refinish this. I did tumble this side because I scratched the snot out of it, and so I tumbled it a little bit to get rid of the scratch. But in my opinion, it's their character marks. What I haven't scratched yet, I have scratched the clip on this one, but what I haven't scratched is this hard anodized aluminum scale. And apparently it is very durable. You can see some marks right there, probably from something, but I have a feeling that would probably just wipe off for the most part. But yeah. All right. Dog one says personal patina. That's a good word too. Character. So my favorite hammer is 60 years putting in work. Granddad or grandpa pop. Yep. That's awesome. And that's the cool thing about it. It's one thing now if you want to, it's perfectly fine if you never use a knife and you keep it as a safe queen. But if my thing over the past few years with playing with all these knives has been if I'm not carrying it, then it needs to go because I don't need something that I'm just gonna just look at. So this one's I actually broke the tip off of this one and had to resharpen it because I dropped it. I actually did that with my TRM Bulldog as well. So um, most of the knives, if I'm carrying them, they're gonna get some marks on them. This one has it so far, but it's carbon fiber scales and kind of a stone wash blade and a wire pocket clip. So not a lot to go wrong with that. This has got all kinds of marks on it because I've used it a good bit. It's not. I've got to do better with giving it a background if I pull something up like this, and so it doesn't. So it focuses right. But anyhow, all right. Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Not a super expensive knife either. It's I wouldn't call it a budget. It's because it's more than $100. Usually I say if it's 100 to I don't even know what I was thinking my range was on that. But over 100 it's out of that budget range. But not quite as expensive. Hey, Ramses, be careful driving your brother home. Appreciate you stopping by. Dog wants to. Yep, it is that was right. What it was, 150. And the cool thing about it, it actually came with standoffs on it, but he also included a backspacer that you could put. Come on, put a lanyard in if you wanted to. So one of the first things I did was put that backspacer in there. I thought that looked pretty cool. Um, Gave it just a little bit more heft back here on the scale area, but not much. I mean, it wasn't bad at all. Okay, Ole Miss has just gone up over Miami with it's somewhere in the fourth, but I don't even know. I haven't been watching it. Anyhow, up 7 minutes to go. One says that carbon fiber looks like like titanium CNC to the max, and it's very smooth. Um, there's good bit of texturing right here on the button, which is cool. I've just enjoyed this one, and it's a hollow ground blade, very slicey, very thin behind the edge there. Normally, my preferred method of opening is reverse flick, which you definitely can. I have to be careful not to get in the way of the um, not get in the way of the thumb studs there, but the thumb studs work very well. You can reverse flick very easily off of it. Putting your thumb or putting your finger there, middle finger there. It's um, right up next to the scale, so it's just very easy to flick that out. So yeah, that one's that one's pretty cool. But anyhow, you guys, let's see. Da da da. Not seeing. Let's see. Stats. Do I have stats? I do have them. Okay. All right. And then Roger Baker said, my dad had his dad's hammer that had been used by them both for at least 80 years or more. Get it when my dad's gone. May not live by. Oh, absolutely. Things like that are really cool. Um, I have some things of my grandfather's when he was um, in Europe during World War II. It's pretty cool to look through those things. He had a little Bible that he had written some notes at about where they were. He apparently got to um, Normandy a few days after the big invasion there. So he wasn't in the actual um, the beginning of that invasion, but he was there. He got there a few days afterwards, and it's just very cool to see the things. I got like a sewing kit that he carried, um, a flashlight that he carried. Um, in fact, where is that? Trying to grab a couple of more items. Now, well, from what I understand, that was a flashlight that he carried, um, which is just a very old flashlight. I have had a pocket watch case that had um, newspaper stuffed in it to keep the pocket watch from rattling, and I think it had um, French or German newspaper stuffed in there. I can't remember which, but very cool stuff. I mean, it's neat to have things like that, um, to remember those that are gone. My grandfather passed away when I was 5, so didn't get to. And Miami's already gone up 24-19. Um, but didn't get to didn't get to talk to him a lot. That's only 5 years old, and but I still remember he bought me a electric train. This is 50. Oh wow, almost 50 years ago. My wife and I were talking tonight, and I said I'm 53, and she's like, "Nope, you're 54," and I'm like, "Really?" And I got to thinking, I'm like, I guess I am. So that would have been almost 50 years ago that he got me that electric train that you hook the you hook the two leads up to go to make it go. Roger Baker says those passed down things are the best. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's things like the watches and the flashlights and stuff like that, the gadgets that are really cool to me too. So Uh, he had a few watches, and he had knives too. I've got some of his knives too. Those are those are the old slip joints, of course. But I had quite a few of those as well. But anyhow, all right, you guys, it's approaching 11 o'clock here fast, and I think this has been a success. I appreciate you guys hanging out for a while, and we're gonna see if this won't do a little bit better than Tuesday nights. Just like somebody mentioned, a little bit more laid back than Tuesday nights. So uh, we'll give that a shot and see if that won't work. But I appreciate y'all guys coming in here, hanging out for a while, and hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening, wonderful rest of the week. It's almost Friday, and hope to see y'all again next next Thursday. Let's do that. Let's do next Thursday. We won't do a Tuesday, and I'm gonna contact Scott and get him to change me over to. I think we'll try 9 o'clock on Thursday nights. But y'all have a wonderful day. Thanks, Metal Relic, for becoming a member, and see y'all next week. Thank y'all. Have a wonderful evening.